Hi, we're Deb and Matt from Deb and Matt Chat, all things life, cruise and travel.
And this video is just for you, the people who have got their first cruise booked, are thinking about a cruise for the first time. It's a really exciting time as you're building up to that first day, embarkation day on a cruise. In this video, we've spent a fair bit of time doing some editing. There are some quirks with the audio. That's the way it is, but it's designed and laid out just for you.
There is a clock below that will take you through actually looking at how long it took to get on board, to get through immigration, to get on the ship. We also have along the top different chapters, so you can actually have a look through and skip through if you like to see just the room or the spa. But have a look through this whole video. We tried to put as much information as we could in. Please drop any comments below if you want us to talk further about anything that you see. More than happy to answer your questions. But you know what? Have a blast, have a look, and hope these things encourage you to get on your first cruise.
Enjoy.
We're here at the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal, about to go on the Royal Caribbean Quantum of the Seas for our Christmas cruise. Really excited, looking forward to it. 8 nights on board.
As cruises for the first time on Quantum of the Seas. So this is entering the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal. Bit of a blurry time lapse here, but you can see on the left we've got the bag drop. On the right of the screen you've got your check-in areas. And then there's a big area where you can view the ship and get some great photos before you get on board.
We're also just trying to escape the heat a little bit, so we were looking to go inside the terminal to sit before we had to board, but we were looking for the key spot because we had that going on board, so we found where the entrance was for the people with the key.
So the key guests get to go in where the suite guests are and the Royal Caribbean Pinnacle members, and so you can see here it's about 10:20 a.m. It's a very hot muggy day, as Deb said, so
the original boarding time was meant to be about 11 o'clock. So yeah, we just went and found a seat and waited while they got all the other passengers off. There is also the little cafe down the end here that you can go and get some beverages and something to eat while you're waiting.
Yeah, so that is actually a really handy thing. The Brisbane International Cruise Terminal does have food and drink. We do have a video of that, and we'll link it up the top here. You can click through and have a look at that, so you can actually get milkshakes, coffees, quick snacks. There's some other supplies for travel if you forgot anything. Give us a wave. And as you can see, it's 10 past 11 and we're now on the lifts heading up. They let all the suite guests through first and then the key holders.
Yeah, then we take our go into the check-in hall. So this is where we've
hey Deb,
talked about
I'm
previous times of having everything ready for before we actually landed
with the
into
key
this
people
hall.
and the suite people. Because hello. So yes, next part of the journey is waiting to actually do the physical check-in in the terminal, where apparently I'm not supposed to be filming, but I think that's more to do with once we go through the actual immigration. So it's very crowded up here. Having fun yet, Noah?
Very much fun.
Lots of fun?
Lots of
You've gone nowhere yet.
Still.
So we'd got through our check-in reasonably quickly because we had taken all our pictures and everything and done the app, which we actually have on another video where we've explained that a little bit more. We then went through to immigration, and as you can see, it's 11:40, so from when we started going up to when we got through immigration was half an hour, and doing all the security of your baggage, so that was all really good.
And while you're walking out to the ship, as you can see here, we just stopped and had a photo taken. They have a couple of spots where they have the ship's photographers set up taking embarkation photos, and you can access all the photos. They take them for free, and then if you want to purchase them either in digital or printed format, you can organise all that on the ship. The walk out to the actual ship itself is really cool here in Brisbane, I think, because you get to actually see a lot of the logistics that's going on with boarding the ship. And getting all the supplies on and off. No, we'll be right. So if you're a bit of a nerd with logistics, it's a bit of fun to have a look at all that. Thank you again. Thanks.
It's an exciting time of we're about to cross over and get onto the ship for the first time.
At the front, not the back. Hello, how are you?
Everyone was so friendly.
Oh,
Lovely, thank you.
thank you.
So this is
Merry Christmas.
a mix
Yep.
of staff both from the port itself and also ship staff. Deb, have you got the set sail passes? Yeah,
All
you
you
should have.
need to get on here is because you've already done your
Yeah, that
check-in.
one.
If you've done everything correctly, it's literally just your passes as you get on board. Nothing else required.
Good morning. Thank you.
So your set sail pass will be in the app on your phone when you get on board. And if you're travelling as a group, as a family, with multiple people in your room,
So big, hey?
all the people in your room will be in that one app under the same booking. So you'll see here in a moment, Deb flicks through and scans us all on one by one.
So the app is vitally important. It's certainly everything that you need. You can message in the app to everyone else in your group, so you don't necessarily need to have internet packages coming on board, unless of course you've got a child under 13, which we did with Noah. They don't have the app, so in that respect, we did decide that we prefer to have the internet packages for ours, just so that we could keep in touch with Noah.
Yeah.
By the trip, yeah.
Yay. I'm first.
So I was the first name on the booking, so I got to officially board first.
Noah wasn't happy about that one.
But yeah, with the internet package, we use Kids Messenger to keep in touch with Noah, and so we need the internet package because he's not 13, and under US laws, the cruise lines aren't allowed to set up accounts for children.
Do you know your master station?
2.
Okay, so as you can see, it's 11:48,
D2, I think,
so
is the
38
muster
minutes,
station.
and we were on board.
I think, hang on.
And
I
now
had it
looking
in the
for
app.
our muster station. So
The app
you
told
will
me
have to do
that I
a
need to
safety
go
video
to-
beforehand.
Oh,
Just
oh,
do that
wrong
through the
spot.
app.
Hang on.
While you're waiting there to get
Gotta
on board,
go
that's
to
when we
the
did
app.
it, had it all ready to go.
Right.
So literally once you
It told
find
me
your
in the app,
muster
and now I've lost
station,
it.
it'll be in the app where you've got to go, and these lovely people will help you
Where does
find
it go
that.
in here?
And it's literally just scanning your C pass to do your security check.
Whoa.
So really nice and easy.
So that muster station is a really important location to know for emergencies. If there ever was an emergency on the ship, you go there on the first day so you know where to go if something was to happen during the cruise. You'll see these sort of modelled maps of the ship around the place. Before we went to the muster station, you can see here it's about 11:51. We just needed to go and change the credit card number that we had
Good, thank
attached to
you.
our booking, just in case we did have any charges. So we just shot around quickly to guest services.
So friendly in guest services. And so efficient. We were done in, I'm sure it was in a couple of minutes or so, we were done in there before the crowds get huge. My big advice, go and do anything at guest services early.
Yep. Downstairs.
The beautiful ship. So decorated beautifully for Christmas. So yeah, we're heading on down now to find our muster station. We actually found it very easy in the end. It was pretty much, we came in at 5, we dropped to 4 for our muster station, and as you'll see, we'll drop to 3 for our lunch.
Apparently I'm 3 for the lunch. Yeah.
This
We're just
spinning
going to do
vision
our
is Noah Cam.
Muster station.
This is all the elevator shaft just through there where we were walking. Quite spectacular glass elevators going all the way down to all the way up the top. So great views when you're getting in and out of the elevators. Oh, yeah, all the artwork. We actually have another artwork video as well if you want to check that out. But this ship is amazing with the artwork.
Brilliant. So just scanning in here at the muster station.
Ours was just down near a couple of the 2 main dinings for the ship, the American Icon and Silk.
So there's 4 main dining rooms on this ship, or 4 restaurants that are considered the main dining room.
Now-
And all
Silk-
included in your
Go down.
cost of your cruise.
I'm trying to go around.
So they have this little station set up showing you all the different specialty restaurants. So on board you can actually pay and go to some of the specialty restaurants. If not, just eat in the 4 main dining areas and that won't cost you anything. One of the lovely gentlemen from Wonderland Restaurant, so based off Alice in Wonderland, they were showing Noah the menu, which he had to paint with water to actually reveal the menu. Very, very cool. And we actually went to Wonderland, and it was just a little bit of a magical experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, the food was quite interesting, quite magical food. So.
How cool's that?
The first one to try it.
So you can see as you paint on there, it sort of reveals that menu. So Noah was very excited by that.
Never mind.
So as part of the key lunch, it's part of getting the key, it included a lunch on day 1. Now, for anyone who doesn't have the key, they do put on lunch straight away anyway. You can be going up to the Windjammer, which is like the pantry buffet. So you can go up there and get lunch as soon as you get on board. But we did have a specialty lunch included with our key package that we bought. So we were off down to deck 3 to the grand dining room, where we were having our lunch down there.
I guess you just, that sea pass.
As you can see, it's 5 to 12 or 4 to 12.
The key
So
lunch?
not too bad. 40 minutes on board, checked in, guest services done, muster station done,
3 levels.
and now to lunch. So
Pretty much underneath
all
each
very,
other.
very efficient.
So what's the time?
So it is now 12
Deb
o'clock.
needs to check her time.
So it's 12 o'clock.
So does Matt.
And we've been...
I go by
we
timestamps.
lined up
Yes.
at 11 at the beginning of the terminal, was when they opened up. And
Went through and did our check-in, and then we did our board security, and then went through and did passport photos. Pretty much we walked on at about quarter to 12. We moved straight to guest services just because we needed to change our details of our card. And then we went and did our safety check-in, which was pretty much one down, deck down, so word. And now we're coming down to the key special lunch. So all done by 12 o'clock. Very, very cool.
So just a couple of photos here. You can see we're lining up. They've got the key welcome banner there. When you're lining up for the restaurants, you can see the dinners on the menu for that night as well, so you can see the menu in advance.
And they do change every day,
Yeah.
the menus.
And there was a photo there that showed as well the...
all right, so Noah's
we were
very
able to
excited
hand over our
because
bags, and they take our carry-on baggage to the room as part of being having that key package.
prawn cocktail.
Same.
Deb's got the prawn cocktail. And I've got the Caesar salad.
So this lunch is a limited menu from the Chops Grill, and it's part of the key package, as Deb mentioned. So the filet mignon.
Oh, Chops Grill, just a really quick sidebar, and this one is amazing. The steaks were mouth-watering.
And that fish was delicious.
Definitely one of the highlights of our specialty dining was Chops Grill. Just a little sidebar on that one.
So we actually should have used these lifts to get to our deck, our cabin on deck 11, room 228. We had looked at a cabin layout map. This was our first time on Quantum of the Seas, but we'd looked at an old layout map, as it turned out, and the room was in a different location to the room number.
Lanyards?
So yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
you can see as we go through the Royal Esplanade here, there's a lot of shops all set up, all these pop-up stores, and some more muster stations. But these pop-up stores are running all day, and you can jump in there and get any supplies, things that you may have forgotten. So things like power adapters.
Yeah, did we forget that, Matt? Did you forget that, Matt?
Sorry? Huh? What? You're breaking up. Yeah, so unfortunately I forgot to put the power adapters in the bags. Had everything else except for that.
Yeah.
Which
So try not to forget it because it was very expensive, but at least it was on board so we could buy it.
$70 Australian for a power adapter was painful.
All right, so now you'll this is when we finally got to our room. So they were meant to be ready about 2 o'clock. We were lucky enough the rooms were ready. As you can see, about just after 1 o'clock we got the announcement. So this is coming up to the room where the room keys are actually in the front of your door. If you've been on other cruises, say like P&O, where you get given them on check-in, that doesn't happen here. They are in your doors when you get on.
And this is our first look.
Guys.
So we do have a full video of the room reveal, so you can check that out. This is just a couple of quick clips.
But we're going to get unpacked now, and
I'm off to the spa.
Deb's going to go off to her spa. She's booked to be up there very, very soon.
Film.
So we took Deb up for the spa. We'd pre-booked that.
So guys, we're taking Mum.
Another big hint, if you can pre-book anything, do so, being in Australian dollars before we get on board, and then everything turns to US dollars on board. So that's probably one of our biggest tips the whole trip is to book what you can before you get on board, and you will save quite a little bit of money on that one. And also my little tip on the going to the spa, I booked in, obviously, as you can see, 1:45 on the first day. The spa was empty, so it was lovely and quiet. There was pretty much myself, and I think there was one crew member getting a treatment done as well. So
got a pool bar here.
that was pretty cool.
And then we get a bit of a tour here from Noah, who decided he was going to lead the exploration.
Oh, and quick fun fact.
See this, guys?
When I was in the spa, we had windows that we could see out, and we could see everybody going past us.
And a pool.
And none of these people could see us. And
There's
then Matt
some people
and Noah
about to get
actually
in the
walked
pool,
past
which
us,
is
so
quite
that was
funny
pretty
because
cool.
the pool
You'll see that in a minute.
Guys, this place is very safe as there is a lifeguard and many people on board. So you can have the best of times without worrying. So we can come back and have a look over here. Right, relax. This is where this is a direct view of the hot tub, and the hot tub looks very nice. I'm definitely going in there. They've got a kids pool and a normal pool, and the pool bar will serve you any drinks as you want. You've got 2 hot tubs, one kid pool and 1 normal pool, and yet there's so much more. Out here we can see the edge of the ship, and we can also see a pink bear. We've got seats here. So far we haven't gone out yet, so it's a bunch of other stuff, and so we can keep on moving. We have the actual floor down there. Come around here again. As you can see on the other side, as you can see, there's a hot pot. Some kids trying to get in the pool already.
As you can see, Noah was very excited.
Dad thinks it's a little crazy that there's a kid getting into the hot tub already. So, guys, how about we take a trip down there? Let me show you how the ship looks.
So yeah, you can see the views here.
So guys, the ship
with the ship back across to the Brisbane airport.
An amazing screen.
Lots of these little
the
pop-up stands that we know just
really
walk
nice
past
on
there
this
with
pool.
drinks, so you can stop there and have a drink.
See,
All you've got to
over
do
here,
is
up
they'll ask you for your
there are
cabin
kids
number
in
and
the
look
pool.
at your app, because at this
And there's
time
also a
you
hot
may
tub.
not have been to your room and got your
A
cards.
really big hot tub.
So that's just something we did find out, that we didn't have to have
got-
those in
got
those first
green.
few hours in particular. You could just use the app and then give them your room number.
Got a screen.
And I think Noah's completely obsessed with all the pools.
And
But as you
keep
can
on
see, like,
progressing.
so spacious. This
Got
was the
a
biggest ship that
smaller
we've
pool.
been on. And quite impressive.
Smaller kiddie pool. And a bed.
And Noah was fixated. You can see him walking towards, there's this big
A
pink
small kiddie
bear
pool.
on the ship. And he was being
And
absolutely
look at this
fixated
wonderful here.
on finding this bear.
But you can see he noticed it when we were first starting to get on. But you can
And
see
as
here
we
there's the
progress,
running track that goes
we
around
meet
the ship.
the pink
So that
bear,
goes the full width.
which I don't know why this cruise has a pink bear, but it's a crew. You can have as many things as you want. As you can see, there's pink feet over here, and that is the pink bear.
He was very
As you
intent
can
on
see,
getting to the
Dad
pink
isn't
bear.
very fast. He's still down there.
Dad was a bit slow.
Apparently. I was trying to take it all in.
Over here, you can see the pink bear.
So this is actually walking up towards the rear of the ship.
Guys, look at this. Look at this. This
So the
is so
spars
cool.
at the front.
Ready? It's got a rock ring and a big bear. This big bear looks so cool.
Couple of
Included
quick hints
with
there
rock
for
climbing.
trivia in case you need a particular question answered
And
about the
I
pink
love
bear.
this pink bear.
Especially
So
all the
big.
trivia sessions that they have on board. It
And
might be one of the questions that you need
This is
to
the end
know.
of my intents. I cannot go any further.
So the rear of the ship here is really sort of the primary hub of activities. You've got obviously this rock climbing wall, and just inside there is the Seaplex, which we'll go to in a minute. But you've also got the check-in here for Ifly, or Ripcord by Ifly, which is the sort of indoor skydiving experience that they have on the ship. And here we're just doing the check-in. Noah and I doing a safety briefing for the FloRider, which is sort of a
Okay, so
onboard
we
body
have
surfing
just
and
registered your squinty.
activity that
Very
you can
bright
do.
here, isn't it? Let's go this way. So just registered for our FloRider sessions. Noah done the safety waivers for that. They give you a white wristband, which you get stuck with for the entire cruise by the look of it. So it's going to get annoying after 8 days. But we've booked in for Ifly sessions for the three of us on the 6th day, because we get a private session for key guests on Noumea Day, and we're at the back of the ship at the moment. But the back of the ship is where the rider activities happen, just up here.
So you can see the
And,
Ifly
you
tube.
can see at the centre there, the Ifly tube as well. If I turn around, even though we're at the back of the ship, we're at the mouth of the Brisbane River. So there you go. So a couple of car carriers in at the moment over there as well. And Noah and I are on an adventure. We're kind of trying to suss out the ship and see what it's all about between now and while Deb's having her spa treatment.
So the ship's a party zone, and one of the things is that there's always music playing. So the reason the audio is a bit choppy in this video, unfortunately, is because the speaker's blaring copyrighted
Walk up
music
there,
at the
have a look at
moment
it
that
all.
we've had to try and trim out and cut out, and it's just played with the voice a little bit there, unfortunately.
That's the FloRider pad. And there's the Ifly.
I was just having a look through this whole top section. A nice view down the Brisbane River there. Interestingly, those clouds did form into quite a significant storm later that afternoon that
Going
came
anywhere?
through the area.
There's a restroom.
Check out the video that Matt did on that one.
Yeah, I'll
now,
link
if
that
you can,
up.
it's
Link that up the top here.
quite impressive actually.
Yeah, we recorded a time lapse of that off the balcony of our cabin as
You
as
and
we were
hot
getting
tubs,
ready to
Noah.
leave
You and hot
Brisbane.
tubs. I say, let's.
So you're certainly going to get your steps up on these crews if you take a good walk around. I think on average, I think Noah was getting 20,000 steps a day. I think we were about 10, 15 at
10 to
least every
15
day.
every day.
It
Noah,
without really
I think
realizing it
this is
actually.
the hot dog place.
So this is coming down on the other side
And
of the ship now,
Seaplex.
and into the Seaplex, which is quite a absolutely magnificent facility. This one,
I think we lost Noah here for our whole cruise.
pretty much. And there's this lovely Seaplex doghouse where you can get custom-made hot dogs. You can see it's 2 o'clock, so we started boarding at 11. By 2 o'clock, so 3 hours later, we've done all those other things: boarded, immigration, checked in, changed credit cards,
Had lunch.
had lunch.
I'm in the spa.
Deb's in the spa. We've been to the cabin, and we're wandering around.
And check out, they had the Dodgem cars. I think Noah just walked past there. And then inside there is like a full-size court. So there's basketball, volleyball, soccer. Like down in that bit, just down there as Noah's walking past, and you see all these table tennis tables on the side.
So for the roofs,
there's
we're
an
going to sit
Xbox
together and
room.
waiting for everybody to
Yeah.
finish.
Oh, look, it was constant. There were so many activities. They did a laser tag in there one night.
So they've actually split the court at the moment. You can see here into 2 courts, and they've got one half of it's indoor archery going on right now, and then the other part is set up at the moment just with the hoops down for some free throwing basketball. So these activities going on, this is all included in the price. This isn't anything special. So if you've got kids or teenagers or even adults, because there's plenty of times when they do adult sessions in here as well, where they have all sorts of activities going, which is pretty awesome.
We saw a pretty competitive dodgeball adult game one day.
Yes,
They
we
certainly got into it.
So this is the Seaplex. It's quite a magnificent facility. This is like a PCYC or indoor like community sports facility, but at sea.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that have just joined us, we'd like to officially welcome you on board the Quantum of the Seas to your Christmas cruise and beyond. For you and for any guests that have yet to complete the mandatory guest safety briefing, we ask that you proceed directly to your assembly station immediately. We would like to remind you that this safety briefing is mandatory for all.
So one of the things about this place is there's kids hanging around constantly, and they just make friends with each other, and you know, someone's always looking for someone else to play a game of table tennis with or hang out with. And
So I wouldn't be too worried if you're taking an only child on board with you. We found Noah by sort of day 2 had mates, and he was constantly going around the whole cruise with them. So encourage them to get in there and just make friends. They'll have an absolute blast.
And again, some good views from up high here, but you can see there's a couple of arcade type games here, and then straight down below it is actually the main arcade, which is just off the side of the Seaplex. It's not a huge facility.
But this one does cost you.
Yeah, so you do have to pay for the arcade games. Now, again, you can pre-purchase arcade credit. You can also go to customer service and ask them to put a limit on your children's card so that it won't keep charging to the room after a particular time.
And make sure you go and do that, otherwise it will allow them to just keep charging. So just make sure you go and put that block on whatever amount it is that you want to stop it from going past. Back up to where you guys began.
So you see that the band's
Starting to get a lot busier.
now finished. The first round of the band live music has finished, and they're doing whatever they're doing now. And
So we're starting to get ready for the sail away party now.
yeah, and we're I'm getting a bit thirsty with all this trekking around, and I spotted the bar. I thought, well, why not? So I tried to order a gin and tonic. Maybe I wasn't clear enough, but you'll see.
Do you want a Fanta or something? G'day, how are you? Good, I assume you can do all your drink passing stuff? The beverage package pack?
Yes, would you like some?
Yep. Do you have any gin by chance?
Gin?
Gin. Oh no, gin bean. No. Like gin.
Gin.
No, that's alright. What will I have? Yep. Oh, and you got any tonic water here with you, or?
Yes. Want a gin and a gin?
Yes, that's what I'm after.
This is your remaining box. On, right? On.
What are you gonna have?
That's all. Yeah, man.
Thank you. And you wanted a Fanta, Noah?
Yeah.
So it's handy, you can get this, but you'll see here, once we're finished with the drinks, there's no electronics or anything to swipe cards.
Thanks, mate.
They literally will just ask for the CPass card, and they'll write down the name and number, name and room number, and then they go and process all that later.
One little tip trick, I don't know if you want to tell people, if you are a gin and tonic drinker on the cruise, a lot of the time it was being soda water.
Yeah.
Was being poured, not tonic water.
Yeah.
So if you wanted, we were given the tip,
you.
if you wanted to make sure you got tonic water, ask for the tonic water in a can, so you can actually see that that's what they're pouring out, because it's not on tap. So that was just something it took you a few days
Mum
to
just
figure
said
out why it
you
didn't
just
taste
walked
the
past me.
same.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating early on, but yeah, worked through that. So here we're actually trying to go up around the front of the ship, but they were doing some maintenance just around here, so we had to turn around. But that's okay, because this is, as we were walking along here, we got a message from Deb, who was in the spa just behind all these windows on our left. And again, you can sort of see out.
She's along here somewhere, because she sent a message saying you just went
So
past
just funnily enough, the amount of people, I was sitting just on those other sides, obviously it's a one-way, we can see out, people can't see in. The amount of people who stopped, picked their noses, fixed their bras up, fixed their undies up. So be aware when you're walking past a lot of these, that generally people
hear
can
knocking.
see out to you.
There.
So yeah, I got a photo, as you can see, of when Noah went past me.
So there you go, it's about 2:30 now, as you can see down the bottom.
And generally, sail away is about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We were a little bit delayed, as you'll see coming up with the storm, but generally it's about 4 o'clock.
So as you can see here now, just in that roughly hour or so that more people coming in, and we dropped down to the kids club. I didn't film in there. I took a couple of photos. We registered Noah for it because he was 11, but he was not interested. He didn't do anything in the kids club, and here we are now back at the room,
Exhausted already.
exhausted, chilling out, watching as this storm comes in as we're trying to leave. And we thought, about 5 o'clock we started to get a bit peckish, so before dinner, because we had a late dinner sitting, thought we'd drop up to the Windjammer and grab a snack, so we did that, and then we went and tried out
Learning how to use the
Bionic
robot bar.
with the one-armed bartender, because unfortunately one of the
Are you going at
robot
learning how to use
arms
the robot
is
bar?
out of action, or was out of action
Interesting.
on this cruise.
Because most of the times it will be gone or automatically will jump your drinks.
Right.
Because not less than 1 minute.
Okay.
At least 1 minute.
Oh, so it's like, yeah,
The system.
things should change in your order.
Yeah.
Looks like it's having a dance.
Some of our passenger last year, they get mad. Why my drinks keep upping? Because you make one order like 3 drinks. So
Yeah.
you'll jump and jump. So better like 1 minute.
So yeah,
Wow.
he's
You got this
explaining
under
here
control there?
how to
Yeah, I think so. I think
do
we're
the
all
orders.
right. Just waiting for my minute.
Yeah. So you've been able to order multiple, but waiting 1 minute.
I've got to wait a minute to submit my order. I've done Noah's.
Okay.
So yeah, trying to
The
order
numbers
as part
are
of a
up on the
group's
board. It's
tricky.
3
You're better
minutes
off
away.
everyone
Oh,
using their own
right. I
seat
haven't
pass
seen
card and
this.
doing their own orders.
How cool.
So this
Very
tells you
cool.
who's up next.
Now it's just watching the machine.
So
Yeah, plenty of time.
I'm going to be honest. This is a fun novelty, but it is slow.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously with only being one as well, but we did it once because it was something to try and something very cool to do, but we didn't go back.
No, and maybe it would be better if that second arm was actually working.
Yeah, I'm
My-
watching it now.
It was just very, very slow doing it this way. It just took
Grabbing the
forever
ice.
to get through everyone's orders. So
And I guess that's actually saying something good for Royal is that we actually never found ourselves waiting in a line
Now it's going to find
for
which
too
one it
long
needs.
at a bar.
yeah.
Generally, I mean, there was the odd occasion when it was a packed event going on in that bar, but generally we did not have to wait a long time in any bar.
And I think the really important thing about that is that there are going to be bars that are always chock-a-block,
Wow.
like the piano bar area.
Yeah. And the pool bar.
And some of the pool bars, not all of them.
The main one.
But that main one was generally
Looks like it's having a
quite
good old
busy.
dance.
But there are other places like Bolero's, or the bar down in
It's like the
270,
soda or whatever.
which were generally fairly quiet. The upstairs bar in the music hall was generally pretty
And
quick.
even the one in the adults only in the solarium
Yeah, the
is
solarium.
actually pretty good. And there's always people seem to be wandering around taking orders as well. So it's one thing we did find on this cruise that you didn't have to wait a long time. There have been other cruises I've been on where you've waited and waited and waited. So I was quite impressed with that on this cruise.
And I've heard lots of complaints about it. About people saying, "Oh, it takes so long," and it's like, yeah, but where are you hanging out? Because it is a bit of a choice as well, I think, as to where you're hanging out. If you're hanging out in the busy places, expect things to be busy. But there are always going to be other places which are a little bit quicker in their service, just because it might be a different style of bar or
Yeah. And just know that you can actually, a bit sidebar onto this one, but you can actually go to a bar and grab a drink. You do not have to stay in that bar. You can walk around the ship. You can go back to your room. So just know that you're not restricted to sit where you got that drink.
So we actually had our dining set up for 7:45, but we got there a little bit early on this first night. So at about 25 to 8, we got there and they were able to seat us straight away.
So we went into American Icon this night. So when you go, you could either go left or go right. They'll tell you what the availability is. You could go into American Icon or the Silk, or if you're downstairs, Grand or
American Chic.
escaping us. But anyway, they're all so very different in their decor. This was American Icon was beautiful, wasn't it? It's very American.
So absolutely magnificent menu. Plenty of options. They've also got premium selection stuff. So lots of included, and then they have 3 things on the menu every night that you can choose to pay for if you so wanted to. Plus, obviously, there's the specialty dining if you want those restaurants instead.
To be honest, I never felt like you needed to get anything extra on those menus. It was absolutely amazing, that steak that I had.
Noah ate steak pretty much every night. He was in heaven. Steak and prawn cocktails. And this is the key lime pie. Oh my lordy lord.
I nearly lost Matt forever to that key lime pie.
And so at about 25 past 9, we were just exiting the Moreton Bay, north of Moreton Island, off Caloundra, and the ship's pilot was disembarking the ship. So we had a bit of a view of that as it was occurring. And then from here, Noah went up for a bit more of an adventure in the Seaplex, and Deb and we went for a walk. This is the solarium. It's an adults only area, so it does actually close at night. But we were able to have a bit of a look through here, and as you can see, it just looks beautiful, and it's just as lovely during the day. So it's a semi-air conditioned space. It can be a bit strong with the pool chlorine smell in there sometimes, but it's not too bad, and they can ventilate all that. You can see there's a bar there, and there's also the Solarium Bistro just behind that bar, where you can get really good food as well. So plenty of seating within all those pool areas. There's a number of hot tubs up here as well. And then we just went through for a wander of the rest of the ship for the night, just looking at how it's all lit up. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe.
Thanks, guys.